The Tesla Semi is currently still in its first generation, but this year, along with a new factory, Tesla will launch the Semi Gen 2 with significant changes. Notably, the battery used in the electric truck will also be upgraded. Elon Musk has officially confirmed that the Semi will come with an extremely valuable feature that will surprise truck drivers, something that is hard to find in any other electric truck on the market. This feature will greatly enhance the economic benefits for Semi owners, and for Tesla, it will be a major selling point. Elon Musk has estimated that the big rig could generate $1 billion in revenue per month and over $10 billion per year. With the new factory's large-scale production, a significant number of semi-trucks will soon be delivered to all customers who have pre-ordered, and new customers will also be able to purchase the Semi by the end of this year. Beyond that, Musk also confirmed during the Q4 earnings call that the big rig's pricing will be structured based on how much people pay, and its total cost of ownership will be significantly lower. All the exciting updates about the Tesla semi-truck, the world's #1 electric truck, all will be revealed in today's episode. Welcome to Tesla Car World. Many people still mistakenly believe that the Tesla Semi is just an ordinary electric truck with nothing particularly special compared to other electric semi-trucks. Some even think it falls behind diesel trucks. Over the years, Tesla hasn't focused too much on the Semi, likely because it doesn't generate as much profit as passenger vehicles. This is evident in the small production numbers despite its initial launch in 2017. However, this delay is not without reason. Production capacity at the Nevada factory has been limited, and Tesla needed time to collect real-world data from drivers. The goal is to ensure that when the Semi is mass-produced, it will be a true revolution rather than just another electric truck. But if you think the Tesla Semi can't compete with diesel trucks or that it's just another electric rig with no real edge over the competition, that would be a huge mistake. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. The Semi's operating cost per mile and maintenance expenses are significantly lower than diesel trucks, giving businesses a massive economic advantage. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that the Tesla Semi isn't just an electric truck. It's a money-printing machine for the transportation industry. When you break down the economics, the Semi completely outperforms diesel trucks, helping businesses save big on operating costs. Back when Tesla unveiled the Semi in 2017, Musk stated that its operating cost was just 85 cents per mile, compared to an average $1.51 per mile for a diesel truck. Of course, energy and fuel prices have fluctuated since then, but one thing has remained constant: the Semi's insane energy efficiency. It consistently maintains an energy consumption of just 1.6 to 1.7 kilowatt hours per mile, a figure no other competitor can match. And if you're wondering whether these numbers hold up in real-world conditions, Tesla's newest Semi-customers, DHL and Saia, have put the big rig to the test and confirmed an astonishing 1.7 kilowatt hours per mile consumption. To better understand the savings, let's look at a real-world example. With the average electricity price in California, every 1.7 kilowatt hours costs about 30 cents per mile. This means that when the Semi travels 6.5 miles, the driver only needs to pay around $3.30. Meanwhile, a diesel truck with a fuel consumption of 1 gallon per 6.5 miles could cost up to $3.66 at current fuel prices. This difference may seem small, but with hundreds of thousands of miles traveled each year, it creates significant savings for transportation companies. Not only that, one of Tesla Semi's other breakthroughs is its minimalist yet highly efficient design, which is completely different from traditional diesel trucks. Gone are the bulky internal combustion engines, the complex gearboxes, and the hundreds of moving parts prone to wear. Tesla Semi eliminates nearly all the factors that cause diesel trucks to require constant maintenance. The result? Maintenance costs are reduced to a minimum, helping businesses save tens of thousands of dollars each year. Tesla estimates that the maintenance cost of the Semi is only about 10 cents per mile, or $50,000 over 5 years, if the driver drives 100,000 miles per year. In contrast, a traditional diesel truck has an average maintenance cost of about 20 cents per mile, leading to a figure of $100,000 over the same period, double the cost of the Tesla Semi. But that's not all. Diesel trucks are not only more expensive, but they also require more frequent maintenance. From engine oil changes, exhaust system maintenance, to repairs of the complex parts inside the internal combustion engine. Each maintenance session not only costs money, but also forces the truck to stop operating, causing major disruptions for transportation businesses. With the Tesla Semi, everything is much simpler. Fewer breakdowns, less time spent on maintenance, and lower operating costs. On steep roads with heavy loads, the Semi is not only more powerful but also much safer. Tesla claims the Semi can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 20 seconds, even with a full load on a 10% incline, something unthinkable for a diesel truck, which has a high risk of tipping over if it attempts the same. And how does it compare with other electric trucks? The Semi's range of up to 500 miles on a full charge already puts it far ahead of its competitors. This doesn't even account for the superior performance metrics in other areas. That's why it's no surprise that the Tesla Semi is currently considered the best electric truck on the market. In the recent Q4 2024 earnings call, held as a wrap-up of a year filled with changes and events, Elon Musk shared his thoughts on the fully electric truck when investors asked about the status of Tesla Semi's mass production and how it would affect revenue. In response to the question, Musk further elaborated on the importance of electric trucks like the Tesla Semi. He particularly highlighted the need for such vehicles in the context of the recent shortage of truck drivers. Musk acknowledged that the Tesla Semi would bring significant benefits once it is equipped with full self-driving, a feature that will be available on the big rig in the near future, likely when a large number of Semis begin production. In our view, this will be a game-changing feature if integrated with the Tesla Semi. Simply put, full self-driving will help alleviate the pressure of continuous driving, especially on long trips, though drivers will still need to take breaks when necessary. This feature will allow them to rest and relax while the truck drives itself, ensuring the driver's health and alertness, especially when intervention is required. From what we understand, part of the reason behind the driver shortage in the transportation industry is the lack of sufficient rest during long-haul deliveries, combined with the constant noise from the engine over long periods, which can harm the driver's health and lead to them quitting their jobs. Over the years, the rate of truck drivers falling asleep behind the wheel and causing accidents has been a frequent issue, further proving that truck driving is a highly challenging job.
That we actually have a shortage of truck drivers in America. That's one of the limiting factors on transport. People are human, so they get tired, and sometimes, there's, I have a lot of respect for truck drivers because it's a tough job. But because it's a tough job, there's not that many people that want to do it.
During the Q4 earnings call, Tesla executives openly shared that truck driving is an extremely demanding job, and fewer people are willing to pursue it. The number of drivers leaving the industry is greater than the number of new drivers entering, which could lead to serious logistical challenges in the future. Autonomous driving technology is expected to help address this issue. So, when the Tesla Semi is produced in large quantities and combined with full self-driving, it will allow truck drivers to avoid driving for the entire journey. Of course, in complex areas, such as changing traffic conditions or parking in tight spaces, drivers may still need to take control. One of the major advantages of full self-driving, however, is that trucks can operate continuously with minimal rest, significantly improving freight transportation efficiency. Long-haul trips can be completed with fewer interruptions. What do you think about Tesla Semi integrating full self-driving? In addition to confirming that the Semi will soon be operating with full self-driving by the end of this year, Elon Musk also shared more intriguing insights during the meeting. He stated that Semi trucks could generate a business opportunity worth billions of dollars annually for Tesla. However, Musk admitted that in today's economic landscape, billions per year might not seem like a massive profit. He explained that while the Semi could generate over $1 billion per month, more than $10 billion annually, not everyone is necessarily interested in electric trucks. The primary customers for the Semi are likely to be large companies or those passionate about freight transport. However, it wouldn't appeal to the general public. That's why, when Musk spoke about the value of the Semi, he still considered it only about 1% of the value of Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot designed to assist humans. Clearly, the demand for this robot is expected to be much higher than for the semi-trucks. However, this does not mean that Tesla is not investing in the semi. Otherwise, they wouldn't have built a massive 4 million square foot factory with a $3.6 billion investment. The Tesla Semi remains a crucial vehicle for the company, serving as a strategic move to revolutionize the transportation industry, making it cleaner, less polluting, and quieter. It's no coincidence that major companies like PepsiCo, Walmart, DHL, and Costco are eager to own the Semi. Recent reports suggest that Tesla is making significant strides toward mass-producing the second-generation Tesla Semi. As mentioned earlier, most of the Semis produced so far are first-generation models. Tesla began delivering its electric big rigs to external customers in 2022, but the first-gen Semi used 2170 battery cells. Since these trucks were built on a pilot production line, Tesla has only delivered around 100 units to paying customers, while keeping about half for internal transportation use. Dan Priestley, who leads engineering and program development for the Tesla Semi, previously stated that once the data collection process is complete and more megachargers are deployed, Tesla will introduce the second-generation Semi. This next-gen version will be the one entering full-scale production. Tesla plans to manufacture 50,000 semi-trucks Gen 2 per year at its new facility. The second-gen model will feature Tesla's latest 4680 battery cells, along with a more efficient battery pack structure compared to the 2170 cells used in earlier versions. Additionally, the Gen 2 Semi will allow for a redesigned sleeper cabin for drivers and adjustments to several key specifications. Clearly, switching to the new battery technology will significantly enhance the performance of the big rig. We are particularly excited about the potential breakthrough in driving range once the Semi adopts the 4680 battery. In our view, ramping up Tesla Semi production presents both opportunities and risks. The new factory in Nevada, designed to produce up to 50,000 units per year, demonstrates Tesla's confidence in the Semi's future. However, scaling up production for such a complex vehicle is never a simple task. From what we understand, Tesla Semi production still relies heavily on manual assembly, meaning it is not fully automated like other Tesla models. In Asia, most Class 8 trucks are also manually assembled due to their unique design and structural complexity. As a longtime team observing Tesla, we cannot deny that the company has faced challenges in scaling up production for its other models, from the Model 3 to the Cybertruck, and the Semi is no exception. There is a possibility of difficulties as the factory transitions from limited production to mass production. Tesla will need to ensure that its supply chain, workforce, and manufacturing processes can meet its ambitious goals. That said, Tesla is the only company capable of accelerating everything rapidly once it resolves the final bottlenecks. Over time, videos from Hinrich Zane, an ex-user in Tesla Semi, Factory Construction Observer, have provided visual updates on the factory's progress. At least from the outside, the facility appears nearly complete, despite having broken ground less than a year ago. Once construction is finished, Tesla will have time to finalize the interior, install machinery, and begin production, which is expected by the end of 2025. In its latest earnings report and accompanying call, Tesla reaffirmed that production of the second-generation Semi will begin later this year. Additionally, Tesla stated that output is expected to ramp up quickly in early 2026. Beyond the semi-trucks, Tesla is steadily reaching a critical milestone in Cybertruck production, thanks to significant progress in its 4680 battery program. According to Tesla's fourth quarter 2024 update letter, its 4680 battery production facility has now reached an output sufficient to support more than 2,500 Cybertrucks per week. This means Tesla currently has the capacity to produce approximately 120,000 to 130,000 Cybertrucks annually, an impressive figure considering the early stage of production. If Tesla can maintain and scale this output, Cybertruck could quickly become one of the most notable pickup trucks in the US. To put this into perspective, the Toyota Tundra, the fourth best-selling pickup truck in the US in 2024, recorded 159,528 sales. If Tesla continues improving 4,680 battery production efficiency and optimizing manufacturing costs, Cybertruck could directly compete with traditional pickup models. However, achieving this will be a major pricing challenge, as Cybertruck is still significantly more expensive than Tesla's best-selling vehicles, such as the Model Y and Model 3. Tesla's ability to reach an annual Cybertruck production capacity of around 120,000 units is not just a significant milestone, it also debunks past skepticism that Cybertruck would become a production hell. Despite initial challenges with stainless steel fabrication and other complex manufacturing processes, Tesla has swiftly found solutions and accelerated production. As a result, in 2024, Cybertruck became the best-selling electric pickup in the US during the third quarter, a sign of increasing customer demand compared to its initial launch phase. If Tesla continues cost optimization and releases a more affordable rear-wheel drive variant, Cybertruck could achieve even more remarkable milestones in the future. We believe this will happen soon, especially since the Cybertruck AWD model has now officially qualified for the $7,500 federal EV tax credit in the US. Also in Tesla's Q4 2024 update letter, preparations are currently underway to begin mass production of the Cybercab. Work is in progress for the Cybercab production line at Gigafactory, Texas, with plans for mass production in 2026. Tesla also reaffirmed that the Cybercab will utilize the company's next-generation manufacturing system, a production line that differs significantly from that of the Model Y or Model 3. Tesla continues to prove itself as a pioneering force in the EV industry, with few competitors able to keep up. With a diverse range of electric vehicle models and products, we truly don't know what's coming in the years ahead. Many upcoming products have already been hinted at, such as an affordable EV under $30,000, or a larger vehicle with more space for big families, like a minivan. It's definitely exciting to look forward to. Returning to the Tesla Semi, sustainability has become an increasingly important factor, driving interest in electric trucks in recent years. While heavy-duty trucks account for only about 1% of all vehicles on the road, they contribute up to 20% of global emissions. We've all seen the thick smoke from diesel trucks as they drive by, and it's clear that no one is comfortable with that. Governments worldwide are implementing stricter environmental regulations, with many aiming to phase out diesel trucks entirely in the coming decades. Tesla's Semi aligns perfectly with these policies, providing a zero-emission alternative that can help businesses comply with future emission standards. Companies making the switch to electric now can gain a competitive advantage, not just in terms of cost savings, but also by positioning themselves as sustainability leaders. What do you think about the Tesla Semi? Could it revolutionize the transportation industry and replace diesel trucks in the coming decades? The Tesla Semi truck has always been a fascinating machine. It excites even those who have no interest in buying or learning about semi-trucks. That's because for the first time in the world, there's an electric truck that can travel 500 miles, accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 20 seconds, while carrying a full 36-ton load, much faster than traditional diesel trucks, and charge 70% of its battery in just 30 minutes. There are almost no other electric trucks in the world that can achieve this. However, when it comes to electric trucks, some argue that after covering 500 miles, diesel trucks will still be running strong while Tesla Semis will be stuck at charging stations. They believe this won't be enough to convince people to switch to electric trucks. But many drivers who have experienced the Tesla Semi say they never want to drive any other truck again. The Tesla Semi delivers a driving experience unlike any other Class 8 truck, not to mention its incredibly low energy consumption and operating costs. This alone makes the Semi the best electric truck in the world. Although it was delayed for years due to Giga Nevada's limited production capacity, this year, the Tesla Semi is set to take over the trucking industry with large-scale production and integrated full self-driving. Elon Musk has continuously emphasized the massive benefits of the big rig, and here's everything you need to know about the Tesla Semi.
If you're a transport company, you don't use the Tesla electric Semi, you're just losing money. Why would you do that? Do you not like money? Okay. But if you do like money, then I recommend using the Tesla Semi.
You may not realize it, but in just over a decade, diesel trucks will become a thing of the past, as most countries around the world transition to electric trucks. A prime example is Europe, which has already passed a ban on the sale of gasoline and diesel cars starting in 2035. In the U.S., the California Air Resources Board has approved new regulations and voted to ban the sale of large diesel-powered trucks from 2036, while requiring all trucks to be zero-emission by 2042. So in just a little over a decade, it will be rare to see diesel trucks still operating on the roads. Now we finally understand why Elon Musk is so ambitious about electric vehicles. More accurately, perhaps no one other than Elon Musk foresaw the future of the trucking industry before the rest of the world even realized it. While people continue to debate whether electric trucks can replace diesel trucks, the Tesla Semi is already here as proof. It is nearly on par with diesel trucks, and in fact, it eliminates many of the limitations that diesel trucks have. Tesla Semi is currently equipped with an 850 kilowatt-hour battery pack, consuming 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile, with a confirmed 500-mile range throughout testing so far. However, the company plans to transition to using 4680 batteries in the next version of the Semi, which will be produced at a new factory instead of the current 2170 battery cells. The shift in battery technology could be a significant step toward achieving even more impressive performance metrics for Tesla's big rig. The 4680 battery is significantly larger than the 2170, increasing energy capacity by approximately 5 times and boosting power output by 6 times. This allows the Semi to achieve a longer range without requiring many additional battery cells, an especially crucial factor for electric trucks since reducing the weight of the semi-truck increases its cargo capacity. As Elon Musk has emphasized, if you run a trucking company and are not using electric trucks, you will lose. What does this mean? Clearly, we all want our trucks to consume less fuel, require less maintenance, and ultimately generate significant annual cost savings. On the Semi order page, Tesla has listed that charging with electricity is approximately 2 times cheaper per mile than refueling with diesel. Operators can see estimated fuel savings of up to $150,000 within their first 3 years of ownership. With remote diagnostics, over-the-air software updates, and fewer moving parts to maintain, operators will spend less time at service centers and more time on the road. Tesla Semi has been tested by real customers such as PepsiCo, DHL, and Saya, who have confirmed that its energy consumption is remarkable and aligns with Tesla's claims. The big rig only uses 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile, equating to an operating cost of $0.3 per mile. This means that for a 6.5-mile drive, the driver spends only about $3.30 based on current electricity prices. In comparison, a typical diesel truck requires about 1 gallon of fuel for the same distance, and with fuel prices reaching up to $3.66 per gallon, the operating costs would be significantly higher. But as we mentioned earlier, the benefits of the Semi don't stop at operating costs. In terms of maintenance, electric trucks are much simpler than diesel-powered trucks. Without an internal combustion engine, no complex transmission, and fewer moving parts, this translates to fewer breakdowns. According to Tesla, the maintenance cost of the Semi is only around 10 cents per mile, approximately $50,000 over 5 years, if the driver covers 100,000 miles per year. In contrast, diesel trucks require more frequent maintenance, including oil changes, exhaust system repairs, and engine servicing, pushing the average cost to 20 cents per mile or $100,000 over 5 years. Additionally, the durability of the Semi is also impressive. According to Dan Priestley, the Tesla Semi fleet achieves an operational uptime rate of up to 95%, including both scheduled and unscheduled maintenance. One Semi has traveled over 248,000 miles in just 18 months, demonstrating its ability to operate reliably before requiring major maintenance. Meanwhile, as diesel trucks age, maintenance costs rise, reducing long-term economic efficiency. In fact, diesel truck costs have increased significantly recently, without much change in operational methods. You might be wondering, why is the Semi so good yet it's not widespread on the market? This is a question that many people might ask, and for those who pay little attention to Tesla, they mightn't even be aware of the Semi's existence. This is the problem Tesla has been working to solve, and time is the solution to this issue. The Tesla Semi was unveiled in 2017, with the first deliveries starting in 2022. Since then, until last year, only about 300 Tesla semis had been produced. 300 trucks over nearly 8 years is clearly a production hell. We have to admit this. Why did this happen? We previously explained the reasons for the limited number of semi-trucks in the last episode. Many factors contribute to this, but the scale of the factory and testing time are the two main reasons why Tesla has been slow with its big rig. You may or may not know that Giga Nevada is the primary production hub for both batteries and the Tesla Semi. However, with a total area of only 5.4 million square feet, the factory is not large enough to establish a mass production line for heavy-duty trucks. Unlike SUVs, sedans, or pickup trucks, a truck manufacturing plant requires significantly more space to accommodate the complex assembly process. As a result, since Tesla began delivering the Semi to its first customer, PepsiCo, production numbers have remained limited. By the end of last year, only about 200 Tesla Semis had been produced, with Tesla retaining around 100 units for internal use and the rest delivered to pre-order customers. This means Tesla has yet to fulfill all of its committed orders. However, things are about to change. With a massive $3.6 billion investment in a dedicated factory for semi-production, now approximately 60% complete and mass production could begin in Q4 this year, with an estimated output around 10,000 units. This new facility will add an additional 4 million square feet of production space, enabling Tesla to ramp up semi-production to an entirely new scale. While official production capacity numbers haven't been disclosed, given Elon Musk's ambitions, the Tesla Semi is sure to enter full-scale production at an incredible pace. Elon Musk is confident that by the time the new factory is fully operational in 2026, Tesla will produce up to 50,000 semis annually, a highly ambitious figure that would mark a major leap in the electric transportation industry. This means that more than 135 semis would roll off the production line every day, equivalent to over 5 trucks per hour, or one every 10 to 15 minutes if the factory operates 24/7. Last October, after transporting 2 semi-trucks from North America to Europe, Elon Musk emphasized on X that Tesla Semi will be available worldwide. Previously, we believed that the Semi could only operate in the US due to the size and regulations for trucks in Europe, which differ. However, some confirmations from the Semi team suggest that the versions of the Semi produced at Giga Berlin will be adjusted in certain aspects. Furthermore, if customers decide to purchase the Semi, they will be able to customize its configuration. For example, if you only need to carry goods within 250 or 300 miles, Tesla can install a smaller battery pack and other accessories to suit your needs, allowing you to buy the Semi at a lower cost. As of last year, the price for the 500-mile version of the Semi was disclosed to be $250,000. Regarding bringing the Semi to markets outside of North America, Tesla has mentioned that they only need to make minor adjustments, such as modifying the wheel covers and turn signals, to meet the requirements of these markets. In fact, from the beginning, when the Semi was still in the design phase, Tesla aimed to create a large truck that closely adhered to international standards. This means they wouldn't have to start from scratch or make major modifications to bring the Semi from North America to other markets. As you can see, they have 2 versions of the Semi, with ranges of 300 miles and 500 miles, and 2 different sizes. The current versions also do not have a sleeper cabin, so when the Semi enters Europe, they will need to include a spacious sleeping area, which, by regulation, will be set up with a metal frame behind the cabin. According to Dan Priestley, adding a sleeper will allow drivers to make longer trips. The Tesla Semi already has a spacious cabin with easy access to control buttons, featuring 2 screens and Tesla's top-tier software. Drivers won't have to wait long to charge, as the Semi only takes 30 minutes to charge up to 70%. During this time, drivers can unload cargo or take a break. Thanks to the independent front suspension and regenerative braking system, drivers won't need to press the brake even once during their trip, and this is one of the reasons why drivers are so excited about this electric truck. Since its launch, the Tesla Semi has been incredibly unusual, not just because of its astonishing performance specs. It's also strange because its cabin design is unlike any other truck. Unlike traditional trucks, which have an offset driver's seat, the Tesla Semi features a centrally positioned driver's seat in the middle of the cabin. This design offers significant advantages, including a better panoramic view, reduced blind spots, and improved visibility when turning or navigating through dense traffic. Additionally, The symmetrical design allows the truck to be compatible with all markets without requiring structural changes to the cabin, making production and operation more convenient in countries with different traffic rules. The cabin space is also more spacious, providing greater comfort for the driver and making entry and exit easier. Moreover, the Tesla Semi integrates two large touchscreen displays on both sides, enabling the driver to monitor information easily without excessive head movement. This design is also optimized for driver assistance systems, helping to reduce fatigue on long hauls. We all know that being a truck driver is considered one of the most dangerous jobs due to the many risks associated with working conditions and driving environments. According to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, there were 168,731 accidents involving large trucks in the United States in 2023, resulting in 4,970 fatalities and 71,272 injuries. Oh my God, that's absolutely terrifying. Thus, the global transportation industry is currently facing a driver shortage, largely due to the high number of accidents. This is mainly attributed to truck drivers having to endure long hours on the road, often driving overnight, leading to fatigue and drowsiness. This exhaustion reduces their reaction time and increases the risk of accidents. Additionally, the pressure of tight delivery schedules makes it difficult for drivers to stay fully focused. As part of an effort to encourage drivers to adopt the Tesla Semi and to help alleviate the industry's driver shortage, Elon Musk recently announced that the Tesla Semi will soon be equipped with full self-driving by the end of this year. The full self-driving feature on the Tesla Semi is expected to bring numerous benefits, especially in the context of the ongoing driver shortage. With full self-driving, the Tesla Semi can help reduce the stress of continuous long-haul driving, allowing drivers to rest while the truck operates autonomously. This helps maintain their health and alertness, ultimately reducing accident risks caused by fatigue. Additionally, this technology has the potential to address the labor shortage by improving working conditions, making the trucking industry more appealing to new drivers. However, human intervention will still be necessary in complex traffic situations or when parking. One of the biggest advantages of full self-driving is its ability to operate continuously with minimal downtime, increasing freight transport efficiency and reducing disruptions on long-haul journeys. In 2020, Bill Gates stated that the world should adopt electric vehicles as much as possible. However, he also claimed that batteries will never be a practical solution for heavy-duty, long-haul vehicles, cargo ships, and passenger jets. This implied that a battery-powered Class 8 truck would not be viable for the trucking industry, let alone whether an electric truck could perform well. Yeah, and now we have the answer. Musk once said that Bill Gates knew nothing about electric trucks, and the Tesla Semi might be the clearest evidence to counter the Microsoft founder's claim. If, in 2 or 3 years, the Semi reaches global markets, it could bring significant benefits in reducing pollution from diesel-powered semi-trucks. According to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, medium and heavy-duty trucks consume more than a quarter of the U.S. fuel supply, despite making up only 4% of vehicles on the road. Fully electric trucks could make a substantial difference in cutting down the burning of dirty energy sources that contribute to global warming. If you care about the environment and recognize the severe pollution caused by diesel trucks, you'll have even more reasons to choose an electric truck. Although electric trucks have the potential to transform the transportation industry, this remains a challenging market. Producing electric trucks requires large-scale manufacturing and substantial financial investment. Otherwise, manufacturers risk significant losses. Recently, Nikola Motor, the company that once sued Tesla for allegedly copying the design of its electric semi-truck, is now facing the risk of bankruptcy. According to the latest report from the Wall Street Journal, Nikola is working with the law firm Pillsbury Winthrop Shaw Pittman to evaluate its options, including selling assets or restructuring under bankruptcy protection. A Nikola representative confirmed that the company is still assessing its financial situation and considering funding options to restructure its business operations. Nikola was once considered a formidable competitor in the sustainable transportation industry, strong enough to accuse Tesla of copying the Nikola 1 prototype for its Tesla Semi. However, everything started to collapse when Hindenburg Research released a report in 2020 accusing Nikola and former CEO Trevor Milton of exaggerating the company's technological capabilities to attract investors. As a result, Milton was convicted of fraud in 2022 and is currently appealing his sentence. Following this scandal, Nikola continued operating under new leadership and launched the Nikola Tre truck. Nevertheless, the company's financial situation remains dire. According to its latest earnings report, Nikola produced over 80 trucks in the quarter ending in September, but reported a net loss of nearly $200 million. With its current struggles, Nikola's future is more uncertain than ever. Fortunately, Tesla has managed to overcome challenges over nearly 8 years with the Semi. It ultimately did not fall into the so-called production hell that many had feared. Instead, the Semi is poised to take over the trucking industry by the end of this year and in the years to come. So, what do you think about the Tesla Semi?
A truck driver and you want the most badass rig on the road? This is it.
The first builds of the high-volume semi-design will come late this year in 2025 and begin ramping early in 2026. But
would you rather have your Tesla Semi consume 1.73 kilowatt hours per mile or achieve 1.73 miles per kilowatt hour? Elon Musk recently made an exciting announcement about this electric truck, reinforcing that it will be the best Class 8 truck in the world. In recent times, Tesla has added a much-needed feature to this large truck that no other vehicle on the market currently offers. In addition, after rigorous testing and seeing the impressive performance of the vehicle, Tesla's latest Semi customers have shared detailed information about its performance, user experience, and real-world applications. Why is the Tesla Semi a huge profit opportunity?
as we've said before, the Semi is a TCO no-brainer. Like, it's really similar to Optimus. It's set by how much people pay, and then it as the total cost of ownership, it's much cheaper than any other transportation you can have.
You might be surprised to learn that all the Tesla Semi prototypes we see today are still first-generation models, produced with limited technology and manufacturing capacity at Gigafactory Nevada. The current numbers in terms of production and performance may seem impressive, but for us, this is just the beginning of an exciting journey ahead. As Elon Musk confirmed in the recent Q4 earnings call, Tesla is set to launch the Semi Gen 2 this year, along with a brand new factory dedicated to mass production. Many people have doubted the capabilities of the Tesla Semi, arguing that it couldn't compete with traditional diesel trucks. We completely understand the skepticism. After all, despite its initial unveiling in 2017, the number of Tesla Semis actually on the road today remains limited to under 200 units, including those owned by businesses and Tesla itself. So, can this electric truck truly measure up to the tried and tested diesel models that have dominated the industry for decades? Although the number of Tesla Semis on the road is still relatively small, 8 years of operation and testing have made one thing crystal clear. Their operating costs are significantly lower than those of diesel trucks, with margins that exceed expectations. A prime example of this came during Pepsi's Run on Less event, where a Tesla Semi shattered records by covering an impressive 1,076 miles in a single day. Based on California's electricity price of 30 cents per mile and the average diesel fuel cost of $3.66 per gallon, covering 1,076 miles in an electric truck would cost just $322.80, while a diesel truck would rack up a staggering $3,938.16 in fuel expenses. The difference is almost unimaginable, a cost gap of $3,615.36. This means that operating a diesel truck is 12.2 times more expensive than an electric one in terms of fuel costs alone. On another note, this journey was completed within 24 hours, largely because an electric truck doesn't need to rest. However, in reality, U.S. regulations limit truck drivers to a maximum of 11 hours of work per day. So, could the Tesla Semi evolve into a kind of transportation robot, reducing the demand for traditional truck drivers?
I do think the Tesla Semi, again, with autonomy, is going to be incredibly valuable. That we actually have a shortage of truck drivers in America. That's one of the limiting factors on transport. And people are human, so they get tired and sometimes. I have a lot of respect for truck drivers because it's a tough job.
During the recent Q4 earnings, call, Elon Musk pointed out that trucking is a tough job, which is why fewer people are willing to pursue it. In fact, the number of drivers leaving the profession exceeds those entering it, creating a serious logistical issue for the future. According to Musk, this presents a massive financial opportunity with the potential to generate several $billion in revenue annually. He even suggested that at some point, the market value of this industry could reach $10 billion per year, or even $1 billion per month in the future. So if a Tesla Semi ever has to stop after 11 hours of operation, it would simply be because the first driving team has reached their legal work limit, not because of the truck itself. Of course, achieving a fully autonomous self-driving electric truck will take more time, but eventually we'll reach a point where autonomous semis can operate without anyone on board, delivering an entirely new transportation experience. What's crucial here is that, unlike other autonomous vehicle concepts that rely on fixed routes or controlled environments, the Tesla Semi will be able to operate autonomously or semi-autonomously across various terrains and road conditions, thanks to Tesla's latest full self-driving technology. One major advantage here is that in the US, 80% of all freight moves through just 10% of the nation's trade corridors. This makes nationwide route mapping a completely achievable task for Tesla's current full self-driving system. However, Tesla's plans still depend on state regulations, as some states currently prohibit autonomous truck testing on public roads. This remains the biggest barrier preventing electric trucks from fully operating in cities, for now. From a cost-saving perspective, adding autonomous driving technology would increase a truck's price by about $50,000, bringing the total cost to around $200,000. But even with this added expense, it would still be cheaper than paying for a human driver. If you break it down, $50,000 spread over a truck's 1 million mile lifespan means the extra cost amounts to just 5 cents per mile, a fraction of what companies currently spend on labor. But the real benefit comes from the savings on driver wages, which, based on the average U.S. salary of about $80,000 to $120,000 per year, translates to 80 cents to $1.20 per mile. Currently, labor costs account for about 50% of the total operating cost of a truck. As for autonomous trucks, this doesn't mean they'll eliminate jobs entirely. While self-driving trucks may handle long-haul routes without a driver, loading and unloading cargo still require human workers. So, autonomous trucks will likely shift the nature of the job rather than replace it entirely. Therefore, we believe autonomous trucks could create better cargo transport capabilities while still protecting jobs for workers. Self-driving semis would primarily operate on routes between stations and distribution centers, long, monotonous, and tiring drives that are challenging for human drivers over extended periods. For example, if you had to drive from San Diego, California to Austin, Texas, it would take about 18 to 20 hours. No single person could complete that trip, let alone make the round trip, as it's nearly double the 11-hour driving limit. But an autonomous truck could make that journey back and forth all day, handling the most grueling task that drivers usually avoid. This means freeing up the human driver to take care of the first and last legs of the trip, picking up and delivering the goods. This way, drivers can work more effectively during their shift and still have valuable time at home with their families. The goal of eliminating human drivers from long-haul routes is to enhance safety, improve productivity, and quality of life. According to the latest tests of Tesla's full self-driving system, autonomous vehicles respond 14 times faster than human drivers and can see much farther down the road, even at night. It's the perfect solution, because in the US, there are about 5,000 truck-related fatalities each year, with most of them being caused by human error. Because autonomous trucks don't get tired, don't watch movies or look at their phones, and aren't distracted. So when you consider the decision, the question shouldn't just be, can Tesla compete with diesel engines? The real question is, why wouldn't I choose a Tesla Semi? When you factor in the significant cost savings, environmental benefits, and the ability to future-proof your business, the choice becomes clear. How efficient is the 2025 Tesla Semi really? Does the Tesla Semi actually use a 48-volt electrical architecture? And what advantages does it offer compared to the traditional 24-volt system? Some of our colleagues in the transportation industry have said that Elon Musk doesn't truly understand the spirit of a V8 engine. As a truck driver himself, he prefers the power of a 1-megawatt motor. However, in general, large trucks today are built with a 24-volt system. In the US, the 12-volt standard is used for most passenger vehicles, electric cars, and smaller commercial vehicles like the Ford F-150, Toyota Camry, Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model S, Chevrolet Bolt EV, and Ford Mustang Mach-E. On the other hand, most trucks use a 24-volt electrical architecture. Similarly, we use 110 to 120 volts for household appliances, while most high-power factories use 220 to 240 volts. The main reason for this goes back to the time when semi-trucks were first commercialized. The US adopted trucks earlier than other countries, largely due to the construction of the interstate highway system after World War II. As a result, the 12-volt system became the initial standard, and now, as 24-volt systems have gained global popularity, the 48-volt system is set to become more prominent, especially with the Tesla Semi Gen 2, which is expected to prioritize this system starting this year to enhance performance and efficiency in this new generation of electric trucks. Furthermore, the adoption of a 48-volt system is more necessary for electric truck designs than for gasoline-powered vehicles. This is because electric trucks will improve energy, demand for higher power, and support energy regenerative features like regenerative braking, which helps extend the range of electric trucks and reduces the need for frequent recharging, ultimately offering significant long-term benefits. According to the latest news, Saia, one of the leading LTL freight companies, has added 2 Tesla Semis to its fleet. Saia also issued a press release regarding this addition. The press release also quoted statements from Patrick Sugar, Executive Vice President of Operations at Saia. Mr. Sugar shared, "We are very impressed with the Tesla Semi. The truck has demonstrated excellent performance both on short and long trips, while still delivering substantial power and efficiency. During the testing phase, we achieved an energy consumption rate of 1.73 kilowatt-hours per mile. Our drivers were also very satisfied, particularly with the smooth acceleration, the comfortable design, and the ability to maintain speed on steep inclines, even with a heavy load. This feedback highlights the tremendous potential of the Tesla Semi. Once again, in real-world testing conditions, the Tesla Semi continues to make a strong impression on companies. Previously, PepsiCo and DHL had also expressed their satisfaction with the performance of the truck. Now, Saia has joined the list of businesses that trust in the Tesla Semi. The performance of the Tesla Semi appears to be quite consistent across various companies. Specifically, Saia reported an energy consumption of 1.73 kilowatt-hour per mile, while DHL's tests showed 1.72 kilowatt-hour per mile. PepsiCo even achieved a lower figure with only 1.61 kilowatt-hour per mile. These results suggest that the Tesla Semi is truly ready for large-scale operation. The impressive performance of the Tesla Semi is a key factor that makes this truck a practical solution, as it allows the vehicle to travel up to 500 miles with a full load without compromising its cargo capacity. When comparing its range with competitors, the Tesla Semi stands out significantly. Looking at the Volvo VNR Electric, Volvo's website lists a range of up to 275 miles. However, in the fine print, they note that the actual range of this model is closer to 220 miles. Not only does the Tesla Semi have a much greater range compared to its competitors, but it also boasts superior fast-charging speed. With Tesla's new V4 supercharger system, the Semi can receive up to 1,200 kilowatt of power. Meanwhile, the Nikola Tre, its closest competitor, can only charge at a maximum of 350 kilowatt. Other models charge at even slower rates. For instance, The Volvo VNR Electric has a maximum charging rate of 250 kilowatt, while the Freightliner e-Cascadia can charge at 180 kilowatt with a single charge and up to 270 kilowatt with dual charging. In fact, this ability further reinforces the notion that the Tesla Semi is the only electric truck on the market capable of replacing diesel trucks in most real-world applications. Another remarkable feature of the Tesla Semi is that it can achieve an impressive 500-mile range with a fully loaded truck, all without compromising its cargo capacity. During the IAA Transportation Expo 2024, Dan Priestley presented a chart highlighting that the Tesla Semi weighs less than 10,500 kilograms, which puts it on par with some of the heaviest diesel trucks. This weight, combined with its range and charging speed, positions the Tesla Semi as a leading contender for long-term use in freight and logistics. To round the numbers, assuming the truck weighs 23,000 pounds, when pulling a trailer weighing 10,000 pounds, the total cargo capacity could reach approximately 49,000 pounds. This figure is comparable to a standard diesel truck, especially when factoring in the weight of the fuel. According to the comparison chart, traditional diesel trucks typically have a cargo capacity ranging from 44,000 pounds to 54,000 pounds, depending on the vehicle's weight and the amount of fuel it carries. How many Tesla Semis will Tesla produce in 2025?
I can take that one. So we just closed up the semi-factory roof and walls last week in Reno. In Reno, you never know what's going to happen, but we're prepping for mechanical installation of all the equipment in the coming months. The first builds of the high-volume semi-design will come late this year in 2025 and begin ramping early in 2026.
According to Elon Musk, the number of Tesla Semis produced in 2025 will be enough to capture 10% of the U.S. Class 8 truck market. Some fans are hopeful that if these trucks are capable of reaching 1.5 million miles, Tesla could potentially capture 20% of the market, a number that certainly isn't easy to forecast in this scenario. Currently, Tesla is building a new mass production facility for the Tesla Semi just outside of Gigafactory, Nevada. You've likely heard a lot about this new factory recently, but today we'll provide you with the latest updates on its construction progress. With the new $3.6 billion factory spanning 4 million square feet, Tesla plans to produce 50,000 units per year, making the Semi Gen 2 more widespread. The integration of the new 4680 battery cells will further enhance the range and efficiency, making electric freight transportation more accessible than ever before. To date, Tesla has delivered on its promise with results that exceed expectations. This new factory is nearly half the size of Giga Texas, which currently spans 10 million square feet, while the Tesla Semi factory occupies 4 million square feet. This can truly be called a massive facility for an even more monumental purpose. We believe it will come as no surprise if some of the interior work at the factory begins in the coming months. All of these developments signal positive momentum for the brand, bringing them closer to the goal of starting mass production of the Semi in 2025, with the ultimate goal of producing 50,000 trucks annually. This will undoubtedly make it one of the most productive truck manufacturing plants in the U.S. In reality, electric pickup trucks currently occupy just a small segment of the Class 8 market. So, 50,000 units per year is a significant figure for this specific sector. More importantly, if adoption slows, Tesla will find itself at a severe disadvantage competitively, as it will have no presence in the commercial service sector. Thanks to some fantastic footage from Zangler, we now have the clearest and most accurate insight into the progress of production at the facility. In fact, the walls have now been enclosed, and the stamping presses are actively being worked on. A few weeks ago, reports indicated that a significant amount of grading work was actively being done at this location. The Tesla Semi is currently still in its first generation, but this year, along with a new factory, Tesla will launch the Semi Gen 2 with significant changes. Notably, the battery used in the electric truck will also be upgraded. Elon Musk has officially confirmed that the Semi will come with an extremely valuable feature that will surprise truck drivers, something that is hard to find in any other electric truck on the market. This feature will greatly enhance the economic benefits for Semi owners, and for Tesla, it will be a major selling point. Elon Musk has estimated that the big rig could generate $1 billion in revenue per month and over $10 billion per year. With the new factory's large-scale production, a significant number of semi-trucks will soon be delivered to all customers who have pre-ordered, and new customers will also be able to purchase the Semi by the end of this year. Beyond that, Musk also confirmed during the Q4 earnings call that the big rig's pricing will be structured based on how much people pay, and its total cost of ownership will be significantly lower. All the exciting updates about the Tesla semi-truck, the world's #1 electric truck,